Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new Tesla update video. I forgot what I was going to say at first. So let's go over the market today. Let's see what happened, what we can expect moving forward, all that good stuff. We have Google and Microsoft reporting earnings. Apparently Google missed, I guess. I don't know. They're down 4.3% after hours. Microsoft seemed to beat, but there's some reason down 1.5%. We'll see. Anyway, the point is, let's talk about the market. Let's see what we can expect. I think Facebook is reporting today as well. So we'll see what that happens with that and all that stuff as well. So yeah, either way, let's just jump into it. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. So as we said yesterday, Tesla's still looking fantastic, still looking bullish. And that's exactly what we got today. We got a nice juicy 5.3% upside move all the way up to $222.40, which is quite good if I do say so myself. Now my average on my second smaller account, granted it's a smaller account, but nonetheless, that 205 average is looking pretty good right now, right? So I'm very happy with that. I haven't sold any shares, by the way. I will go over what I'm personally planning. But yeah, all that being said and done, beautiful day today. We did get rejected at this general level that we've, had issues in the past several times. You can see got rejected here again, right? So this area right here that we're at right now is going to be the tough one. But if we can break through this and essentially break above 225-ish and like start closing candles there on like the 1 hour, let's say, for instance, right? At least maybe I guess, well, we had some 1 hour closures. So I would say honestly a 1 hour above 225, but ideally a 2 hour above 225. I think that would be fantastic, right? So the second we can get that and turn it into resistance into support, I think it'll be more or less smooth sailing from then on forth, guys. So overall, Tesla's looking great, right? The trend reversal seems to be intact now, right? Especially if we break 225, and I think we're good to go. I really do. So beautiful reclamation is that a word? Beautiful way of reclaiming, I guess, this red line that we have now went back above it, which is fantastic. And essentially what we want to do is while we're trading in this little area right here that's kind of confined, if you will, we essentially just pretty much to really confirm this breakout, even though I'm pretty sure we're in it already, but to really truly confirm that we're here to reverse for the next whatever amount of time it is, we want to break out of this like little square, I guess, if you will, that we are in, that we are stuck in it. Again, I personally believe 225 and starting to close longer time frame candles above that would probably signal that breakout is ready to go, and it essentially is imminent, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing at the moment. Now going over to the daily very quickly, let's take a look what we can check out over here, right? So the 21 EMA, we are actually starting to approach to us. So that's something else to consider. That could potentially be the first line of defense that or I guess the second line of defense. We're at the first line of defense right now. The Bollinger Band, right, also sitting right there, which I expect us to at the very least come up to and touch, and we'll see what happens with that. Personally, I still believe that we'll potentially go up even higher. I don't think we'll go to the green line. Well, it depends on where it falls to, I guess, but I don't think we'll go to the green line, but I think we'll go a little bit above the white line. And again, my price target is somewhere between 240 to 260, anywhere in that range, 250 to make it simple. And then we have the 50 moving average well above us, 200, so they shouldn't really act as a resistance. But the most important thing, in my opinion, for now at least, is the fact that we did close above the 10 and the 5-day moving averages, and not even just barely above it, well above it, right? Very nice, solid closure above those two bad boys, which is pretty much what you want to be seeing right here, right now. Now, unfortunately, Facebook is down quite a bit still. I don't know how they're still missing on their earnings. It's insane. I feel like the stock has just been pretty much on a straight downtrend for as long as I can possibly remember at this point. Like, look at this. How did they just keep missing? Apparently they missed, and then they're down even more, as a shocker as that is, I guess. Now Tesla, unfortunately, getting hit in the aftermarket by this as well, down almost 1%, because Google is down quite a bit as well, which isn't great for Google, right? So it is going to be affecting Tesla, of course, right? So we'll see what happens with that and how much that actually affects Tesla overall. I don't think it should, mainly because these are all like advertisement stocks, in my opinion, ones that rely on advertisements and ad money, ad spending, all that stuff, while Tesla literally pretty much doesn't, right? So that's kind of something else to consider. So I hopefully this won't affect Tesla too much, but ultimately that's essentially what I'm seeing at the very moment, guys. There's really not a whole lot more to update, right? So the main thing to look at is the fact that how high can we potentially go? Well, again, now that we have pretty much, in my opinion, not financial advice, make your own decisions, all that stuff, confirm that this potential area right here, this 198-ish, most likely is the bottom, at least for now. We can determine from there potentially how far we can go. So you can see, in my opinion, at the very least, like minimum 233, which is in line with the 21 EMA and the white line of the Bollinger Band, essentially, right? So that's like, I'll be surprised if we don't get there. But the best thing about this is the fact that even if we do get there and get some resistance and smack down a little bit from there, I do believe that we'll take this area right now that's acting as resistance and make it a support, and then most likely come back up here, get smacked back down from 233, maybe back to like 225, and then probably go up even further. So that's kind of my current projection, right? right? Something like this is my current guess as to what we might be doing in the foreseeable future, or I guess a short-term-ish foreseeable future, right? But ultimately, the price target, guys, in my opinion, again, at the very least, like I really think we'll come up to the 0.5 at least, which is around that 245 level. That's like my main price target, like 245, 250, something like that. Maybe like I think best case scenario is we go up to like 270 or something like that. Pretty much up to this gap fill at like 265. In my opinion, that's like the best case scenario. I'll be surprised if we get that far. I don't think it's impossible, especially if the Twitter overhang thing lifts by this week. It should be, in theory, lifted by this Friday. We should know the final result, and it should be donezo. That's it. We're good to go. And if that overhang can lift, honestly, Tesla, you know how Tesla can be sometimes, right? Sometimes it can plummet really hard, but it can rally just as hard as it falls, right? So you never know. Sometimes you can actually potentially just rally all the way up to 265 because that's just sometimes what the stock does. But that's like, in my opinion, a very greedy price target, right? To make it a more of like a conservative price target or something that makes a bit more sense, I guess, without being too greedy about it. The 0.5, right, which again is around that 245-ish level. That's my current price target. That's what I'm currently looking at. And once we get there, I will probably start trimming. Maybe start trimming a little bit at 233 just in case. Maybe on the smaller account. I'm not really sure yet. I'll see kind of, when we get there and how it looks. But, maybe a slight trim at 233, but like more trim at 243, then more trim at 254-ish or like 250, 254, something like that. And then probably full exit at like 270 if we somehow get there. That's kind of my current plan. But again, that's just my plan. Doesn't mean you have to follow it. Another thing to pay attention to, guys, that's really important is the fact that you can see on the longer time frames. So the 1 hour, which is, longer, but it's not like super, super long. This maybe shows the next, potentially up to a week-ish, in my opinion. Something like that of trading days, so like 5 days of trading days, something like that. You can see that we're still making higher highs on the RSI, right? As Tesla isn't really making higher highs technically on the actual stock. We are overall, like, we're pretty much trading at the exact same level that we were trading over here. But the RSI was sitting all the way down at like 30. We are sitting all the way up at like 60, right? That's phenomenal, right? So that's a beautiful bullish divergence. And as we keep going up on these higher time frames, you can see we're just peaking our head up and making higher highs while the stock is not really making higher highs. It's essentially just at the same levels it already was way back in these areas and levels down here, even though the RSI is just completely pointing its head out of the ground entirely, right? That's a great sign. That's what you want to see. This to me tells me that the momentum seems to have been shifted for the bulls, or at least in the bulls' favor. And that's a good sign. Again, it could completely fall apart. There is always a possibility. I want to make that very clear, especially if we have the market falling like this, like off a cliff, because earnings are bad, and especially if Apple misses on Thursday, things like that. It can definitely change things around a little bit. Sometimes those major catalysts, but sometimes Tesla can really be its own beast, right? And you know how Tesla can sometimes be. So that's why I personally am still overall bullish. I still think we're going to have, even if we get some retracements here and there throughout this movement, I still ultimately think we'll probably go to like at least 240, honestly. I'll be surprised if we don't at least touch 240 and gap fill this right here at this, 238 level, like minimum. Like this is like my minimum price target, I would say, right? But we'll see what happens, guys. But overall, in my opinion, it's looking pretty bullish. It's looking great. I'm not worried. It's looking like, it wants to rally. It looks like the reversal should more or less be here. Again, in my opinion, the first confirmation was the fact that we closed above the 10 and the 5. Now I just want to maintain above that, which I think we will. But if we can, fantastic news. And of course, I also just want to make sure that we get above 225. And that, in my opinion, should solidify the fact that we're ready to truly, truly reverse. And it's pretty much more or less confirmed, right? That's what I'm seeing right now. My personal plan, again, with the trimming I just told you. And I'm not selling here at all, even though I was really tempted to, mainly because there's been too many times in the past that I've sold way too early and Tesla just rallies way ahead. And I don't want to make that same mistake, mainly because also my averages, especially on the smaller account, it's like 205. I really don't think we'll be seeing 205 like that soon. Like I think we probably will still see it again. I think honestly there's still a decent chance we even go ultimately lower to like 185, maybe even 150. I actually don't think that's out of the question. It sounds impossible right now kind of, but it's not out of the question still. However, with that being said and done, I just have a really good entry on those shares, so I'm not really too worried. So pretty much unless we can like if we start losing some major levels that I just don't want to see us lose, then I'll probably exit, albeit for a smaller profit. But like if we really start losing like maybe even 214 and we start closing below the moving averages that I just said, that's when I might just exit and just take the profit that that's there essentially. So we'll see. I don't think that'll happen. I'll be surprised if it does, but you never know. Tesla down 1.34% now. So it's just the market is just taking Tesla down right now, which is unfortunate, but we'll see where that takes us tomorrow. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Google down 5%, Facebook down 3%, Shopify's down 2%. I think they reported today as well, right? Not fantastic, to see. but you know, hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully maybe, you know, something, maybe, I don't know, the forecasts come out and they're not that bad or something like that. So we'll see. But either way, that's it for the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, by the way, tomorrow might not upload. I'm just gonna throw that out there just in case. I am leaving tomorrow for a little small trip, bit of a road trip, so might not upload tomorrow. If I do, it'll be very early compared to when the market closes. We'll see, but just a warning. But either way, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.